It's that time again. I've wound the clock up. It went down last week, do you remember? I've wound it up so we're all back on track. 15 centigrade, 59 Fahrenheit, 88% humidity. It's a bit damp out there, not raining though. 1024 millibars on the barometer. Before I go any further, Ray, nice to hear from you. Chip shops, they did not use lard. As I told you last week, my sister-in-law told me that. They used lard. She said back in those days they used lard. I haven't corrected her yet, but thank you for that, Ray. They did not use lard. I don't know about my story where I said they used engine oil, cheap engine oil. I'm not sure how true that is. I do remember hearing it in the news somewhere or hearing it from somewhere that some chip shops, to save money, were using engine oil to fry the chips in. I don't know if that's true or not. Don't quote me on that. Thank you, Ray. That's interesting. We've got Halloween on Thursday. Is it Thursday? Yeah, 31st, Halloween. We don't really do much for that. Some of our neighbours have done an amazing job. They've got ghosts and stuff lit up outside and lights and a skeleton climbing out of a bush. All looks rather good. We do have a big tub of sweets for any children that come round. We always keep a tub of sweets by the front door. How are things? How are you doing now that autumn is upon us, or summer is upon you down under? How are you all keeping? Hope you're well and healthy. A lot of people I know seem to be ill. I don't know what it is. It's not the time of year. This goes back to the summer and before. Well, year in, year out. I'm noticing that a lot of people have various illnesses. I don't just mean a cough and a cold, but some people have bad arthritis. Some people I know have terrible prostate troubles. The women I know have various problems which I won't go into. There are so many people that I know that are ill. Whoever I bump into, they'll say, "Oh, have you heard about so-and-so? Oh, he's not well, she's not well at all." I don't know what's happening. Everyone's ill. And we haven't even got into the winter yet. In fact, it's mild. It's 8 o'clock in the morning. As I said, 15°C, 59 Fahrenheit. That's not cold at all. I've been sweeping up leaves outside. We've been out in the car. We bought some coal. 6 bags of coal. That should last us for a while for the fire. I've got kindling wood. And we've got some bigger lumps of wood and all the bits and pieces. I've just got to make up the fire ready to light. That's a sign of winter, isn't it? The first time I light the fire. I always take a photo of it. I don't know why. I take a photo of the fire roaring away and put it on our family WhatsApp group. I don't know why I do that every single year. And the clocks have changed, of course. We've now gained an hour in the morning. This morning I woke up and it would be 4:30, but of course we put the clocks back, so it's 3:30. And I'm wide awake. I don't mind waking up at 4:30 because I can get on with emails and potter about, make a cup of tea. Trish sleeps on a bit later than I do. Well, quite a bit later than I do. My body clock was saying it's 4:30, so I'm wide awake. And the clock said 3:30. So 3:30 in the morning, I'm awake doing my emails and things, pottering about, making a cup of tea. So yes, we do gain an hour in the morning, but it doesn't really help me. I wanted to buy some winter pansies. There we are, there's a result. Winter pansies. We always buy a few dozen, dot them all round the garden because they flower all winter. They look really nice. They've all gone. No one's got any. Everywhere we went, sold out, haven't got any, weren't available, couldn't get any. So that's the end of that, it seems. I don't know what I'm going to do now. The reason I mention that is because we went into a nursery, a family-run nursery. Been there forever, for years and years, ever. Million BC they started there. They're having financial difficulty and it looks like they're going to close. Now, they've been there forever. I remember them there when I was a kid. It's a lovely family-run nursery with all sorts of plants. They're just not doing the business. They're not taking the money. And I think they're going to close. And they're not the first one to close. Other nurseries have closed not too far from us. It seems that businesses are closing all over the place. I don't know what's going to happen. Our high streets are in ruination. There's a word, ruination. Seriously, they've gone. There's boarded up shops. All we've got now is coffee shops and charity shops. One or two other, phone shops, of course. Wherever you go, there's a phone shop. What is happening? We've got the budget tomorrow, Wednesday, the 30th of October. Are we October? Yes, we're still October. I don't know where we are. The budget, and everyone's dreading it because the Prime Minister keeps saying, it's going to be bad, it's going to be bad. If he's saying it's going to be bad, stone the crows. And hello, Joan, just answered your email. You've got your 5th of November election thing, haven't you? What is it? I forget. Camilla Harris, is it? And Donald Trump. What's going to happen there? I shall be keeping an eye on that. I don't really do politics, but when something's happening like the American election and our budget, for example, I will have a look, just keep an eye on the news to see what's going on. They're probably going to put my beer up, my real ales. Good job I don't smoke anymore. Struth. I think they're about £15 a packet of 20 now, aren't they? I think some of the better quality cigarettes, they're all dreadful for you. But some of the more expensive fags now are about 15 quid a packet. So if you're on 40 a day, £30 a day. What's 7 30s for a week? Hang on, let me do that on my calculator. Here we go. 30 times 7. That's £210 a week. Can you believe it? Which is £840 a month on cigarettes. I don't know what to say about that. That's more than our mortgage was when we had one. Struth. What's that a year? I'm not going to work that out a year. And not only the money, the health as well. It kills you. Having said that, a lot of people live to a very ripe old age. They drink every day. They smoke every day. They're in their 90s and they're still sitting in the pub having a beer. They're not allowed to smoke their pipe in the pub anymore, but they used to. I remember an old boy. He was 90-something. Every evening he was there. I mean, I wasn't there every evening, but the landlord said to me, he's there every evening with his pipe and his pint. He'd sit there for a couple of hours. He'd have 2 or 3 beers and then wander off home and watch something on telly. And he was in his 90s. And apparently, I spoke to him once. He said to me he started smoking when he was 12, started drinking when he was about 13, and he's still going. But it's not that, it's the luck of the draw, isn't it? It's just luck or bad luck. I knew a chap lived near me, very healthy young man, heart attack in his early 30s, dead. Sorry, late 30s. Yes, he was getting on for 40. Heart attack. He played football, he played tennis, he was fit and healthy and young, everything. Heart attack killed him just before he was 40. A lot of you remember from last Sunday's podcast episode, 7 and 6 for a gallon of petrol. A lot of you have said, I remember when it was 7 and 6. I remember when it was cheaper than that. Who was it that said it was a shilling a gallon? I forget now. Someone said it was a shilling for a gallon. A shilling, is that 5 pence? I don't know what it is. Anyway, it's next to nothing. That is cheap, isn't it? But it's all relative, isn't it? It doesn't really do any good looking back and saying, when I was a boy, Mars bars cost this, a packet of crisps cost that. You could get a tanner's worth of chips in the chippy. It's different now. The whole thing is different. You can't really do that. Although I do, don't I? And I always will, because I like doing that. Tanner's worth of chips, big bag of chips for 6pence. These days, half a bag of chips for 5 quid. We also went to the tip this morning. I did my usual. Trish was next to me in the car, and I said, I remember when I was in my teens, I used to come here and climb over the rubbish and take it home. And she's sitting next to me saying, and I used to take bicycle frames home, and I could build a bicycle, and I got to know the chap. She was taking the, what's the word I'm looking for, beginning with P? The Mickey. She was taking the Mickey. When we come back from the Isle of Wight, we always come back on the A27 through Chichester, and there are some big gravel pits there. And they're full of water now, of course, where they've dug out all the gravel. They're full of water, like big lakes. Every time we drive past there on the way home from Isle of Wight, I say, I used to go fishing there when I was in my teens. And this time she beat me to it when we came back. She said, you used to go fishing there when you were in your teens. I said, how did you know that? You've told me 100 times. Every time we go, I must stop doing that, actually. I've decided not to help anymore in the kitchen or anywhere. Whatever I do, we both agreed. I mustn't help. Whenever I help, things go wrong. There was a rubbish bag out the back. We've been putting all rubbish in, having a clear out in the shed. I took it round the front and put it in the big bin. Trish then came out of the shed. She's looking for the bag. Where's the bag? I said, well, it's round the front. It wasn't full. I've got more stuff. And she went and brought it back. I saw a pair of her shoes by the front door the other day. I thought, I'll go and put those away. She's got a shoe rack thing up in the bedroom. I took them upstairs and put them away. As I went back downstairs, she said, where's my shoes gone? I said, I put them away for you. I just brought those down. I'm wearing them. I'm going round the corner to the shop. So I'd done that wrong. I don't do anything now. Actually, I quite like that. We've got a magic table. I've told you, haven't I, about the magic table. We had a pizza the other evening with a few family members round. And we've got this big sort of table thing in the dining room. And we're putting the pizza boxes on there and all the bits and pieces. And I said to people, this is a magic table. All that, if I left that here tonight, tomorrow morning, it will all be clear, all gone away. In the kitchen, everything will be done, all put away. It's magic. I just put anything there and it's cleared up. If I chuck my coat over it when we get in, over this table, just like magic, it's hung up in the hall within minutes. Right, enough silliness. I must move on. Nice talking to you. I love talking to you. You know that, don't you? I really enjoy your company. raiserants.info is the website. If you want to email me, raiserants@protonmail.com. Be good to hear from you. I shall see you on Sunday. Not sure. I did make a note, actually, out of my many books of ideas. I wrote on a piece of paper something. Now, where's that? You see, look. Oh, I've dropped that. Now there's a note got on the floor. I'll have to look under my £3 pine table. There's a note under there. I got it from an auction. Did I mention that? I did, didn't I? Sorry. There's a note under there on the floor. I shall have a look at that in a minute and see what we're doing on Sunday. Take care. Be good. Be bad. Don't get caught. Thanks for listening. Bye-bye for now.